Well, we have official condemnation from Jordan, the UAE and Iran. That's from the region, all indicating that it is a violation to international law, a threat to civilians in Doha. And a country like the UAE said that the safety and the security of a GCC country is not separated from the rest, so they consider this to be an attack on the entire GCC bloc. In general, Egypt is yet to respond to these attacks. But what we know that Egypt and Qatar, as you said, as the two main mediators in the ceasefire talks between Hamas and Israel, that they were finalizing discussions about a deal. They had an initiative from President Donald Trump. And as we've heard Jonathan saying, this was actually what the Hamas leaders in Doha have been meeting to discuss. There has been an acceptance announced by Hamas, an initial acceptance to the terms for a ceasefire that President Donald Trump announced. But in terms of the effectiveness of that attack, Hamas just announced that none of its negotiating team that were targeted in Doha have been killed. It is still not clear if anyone is injured, and if so, what is their condition. But in general, we know from the Qatari government that it confirmed attacks on its soil, on a residential area, basically where Hamas leadership live in the Qatari capital. And this attack clearly claimed by the IDF to be an Israeli responsibility. It puts the negotiations to a dead end. It is clear that an agreement was imminent from the Hamas side at least, but what Israel has done is definitely put a bullet, not an attempt on their lives, but also a bullet to these negotiations. Qatar has been always a very influential negotiator between the Israelis and Hamas. Such an attack on Qatar will definitely affect these ties, leaving Egypt mainly on the table. There were talks ahead of that maybe after a deal is achieved and the Hamas officials leave Gaza in preparation to hand over its control to the Palestinian Authority, they would come to Egypt. That will also be reconsidered. So it's a great shock to see such an attack happening. It will definitely have immediate impact on the negotiations that were being discussed, while the Hamas negotiating team, those who have been traveling between Cairo and Doha to discuss the terms and get approval from Hamas people on the ground, being targeted. So there's a lot here that has become already at stake, and it seems that Israel's message is definitely they will be targeted no matter where they are, even if it's a sovereign state like Qatar.